Imagine stepping out of the blazing summer heat, the sun beating down, and the air thick with humidity. Then you enter a cool, air-conditioned room. Instant relief washes over you. It's a welcome escape, a refreshing oasis from the sweltering conditions outside. Air conditioning is now a staple in homes, offices, and cars, a ubiquitous part of modern life. It's hard to imagine a world without it, especially during the peak of summer. It makes life in hot climates not just bearable, but genuinely comfortable. We can work, relax, and sleep without being constantly bothered by oppressive heat. It's more than a luxury. It's become deeply integrated into our daily routines and expectations. For many, it's essential for productivity, allowing us to focus and perform at our best. It's also crucial for sleep, ensuring we get the rest we need to function properly. And even health, protecting us from heat-related illnesses such as heat stroke and exhaustion, which can be particularly dangerous for vulnerable populations. Cities in deserts and tropical regions have flourished, transforming previously uninhabitable areas into thriving metropolises. All this is thanks to our ability to control indoor climates, creating environments where people can live and work comfortably, regardless of the external conditions. This technology gives us power over our environment, allowing us to manipulate temperature and humidity to suit our needs and preferences, shaping where and how we live, influencing urban planning, architectural design, and even our social interactions. But as we spend more time in these cooled spaces, often moving seamlessly from one air-conditioned environment to another, a question arises, a nagging concern that we can't ignore. Could constant exposure to artificial climates have hidden effects on our bodies? Subtle but significant impacts that we're only beginning to understand? Specifically, what does it mean for the long-term health of our bones and joints? Are we inadvertently compromising our musculoskeletal system by living in these artificially controlled environments? Let's take a closer look at the impact of air conditioning on our bodies, examining the potential consequences of this pervasive technology. The story of comfort might have a twist, revealing unexpected trade-offs and hidden consequences that we need to consider. Turning on the AC is often seen as a simple act, a way to escape the sweltering heat and create a comfortable indoor environment. But the reality is that switching on your air conditioner does more than just cool a room. It initiates a chain of events that ultimately transforms the very air we breathe and the environment around us. The impact is far-reaching, affecting not only our immediate surroundings, but also our bodies. AC units don't just lower the temperature, they fundamentally create a microclimate, an artificial atmospheric condition within our homes and offices. This microclimate is often much colder and significantly drier than the natural world outside. The contrast can be stark, a dramatic departure from the conditions our bodies are naturally accustomed to. This abrupt shift in temperature and humidity can shock our bodies, forcing them to work harder to maintain a stable internal environment. This is especially noticeable when we are constantly moving between the scorching heat outdoors, where our bodies are working to cool down through perspiration, and the artificially chilly indoors, where our bodies suddenly have to conserve heat. Beyond temperature, air conditioning also strips moisture from the air, reducing the humidity levels to a fraction of what they are naturally. This process leaves us in a dry, artificial environment, one that can have various effects on our health and well-being. Our bodies, evolved over millennia to adapt to gradual weather changes and varying humidity levels, now face the prospect of spending hours each day in a cold, dry bubble, a climate far removed from the natural world. This constant exposure isn't just about personal comfort, it goes much deeper than that. It's fundamentally about how our bodies adapt, or perhaps more accurately, how they struggle to adapt to these artificial conditions. Scientists and medical researchers are increasingly asking important questions about the long-term effects of this artificial environment. What does this sustained exposure to cold, dry air mean for our muscles, their flexibility, and their overall health? What impact does it have on our joints, their lubrication, and the potential for inflammation? And what about our bones? Does prolonged exposure to artificial climates affect their density and overall health in the long run? The answers to these questions are still emerging, but the initial findings may surprise you. Our seemingly harmless love for cool, conditioned air could potentially come with a range of unexpected side effects on our bodies and overall well-being. So, let's delve deeper and explore what science has already discovered about the hidden impacts of air conditioning on our health. Many people notice their joints ache more in cold, air-conditioned spaces. Science is now catching up to these complaints, studying how cold affects our musculoskeletal system. Cold triggers vasoconstriction, narrowing blood vessels, which reduces blood flow to muscles and joints. Less blood flow means less oxygen and nutrients, leading to stiffness and discomfort. Cold can also thicken the synovial fluid in our joints, making movement feel creaky or painful. While AC doesn't cause arthritis, it can worsen symptoms or create discomfort, especially for those already sensitive. Studies show a clear link between lower office temperatures and increased reports of joint and muscle pain. The evidence is growing. Our comfort may come at a physical cost. Dry air from AC doesn't just affect your skin, it can subtly dehydrate your whole body. Even in cool rooms, you lose water through your breath and skin, often without noticing. Cartilage in our joints is about 80% water, crucial for shock absorption and smooth movement. Mild dehydration can make cartilage less resilient, leading to joint discomfort. Think of a sponge when dry, it's stiff and brittle, just like dehydrated cartilage. Bones also rely on proper hydration to stay strong and healthy. Spending long hours in air-conditioned spaces means you need to be extra mindful of hydration. The dry environment is a hidden drain on your body's water reserves. Office workers know the feeling. That familiar ache, that nagging discomfort that creeps in as the day wears on. It's a common experience, almost a rite of passage in many modern workplaces. Stiff neck, shoulders, and back after a day under the AC. It's that persistent tension that seems to settle in, making it difficult to focus and be productive. You're not alone if you find yourself constantly trying to stretch and relieve the tightness. Cold drafts cause muscles to tense up. The body's natural response to cold is to contract muscles to generate heat. But when this happens constantly, it leads to chronic tension, leading to fatigue and pain. This constant muscle tension requires energy, leaving you feeling drained and exhausted, even if you haven't been physically active. Tight muscles can pull on joints. This added stress on the joints can lead to inflammation and discomfort, further exacerbating the problem, restricting movement and causing stiffness. The reduced range of motion can make everyday tasks more difficult and contribute to a feeling of overall discomfort. Studies show those sitting near AC vents report more neck and shoulder pain. The correlation is clear. Prolonged exposure to cold drafts can significantly impact musculoskeletal health. The problem is made worse by sitting still for long periods. Our bodies are designed for movement, and prolonged sitting disrupts circulation and contributes to muscle stiffness. Lack of movement, combined with cold air, creates a perfect storm for joint stiffness and muscle pain. Thickens joint fluid and tightens muscles. The synovial fluid, which lubricates our joints, becomes more viscous when we're cold and inactive, hindering smooth movement. Our joints need motion to stay healthy. Movement stimulates the production of synovial fluid and keeps muscles flexible. Without it, stiffness sets in. It's a cycle. Lack of movement leads to stiffness, which further discourages movement. It's not just the AC. The air conditioning is a contributing factor, but it's not the sole culprit. It's how we use it, combined with sedentary habits. Our modern lifestyles, characterized by prolonged sitting and limited physical activity, exacerbate the effects of cold air. Recognizing this is the first step to healthier habits. Understanding the connection between AC, sedentary behavior, and joint stiffness empowers us to take proactive steps to improve our well-being. The solution isn't to ditch AC. We're not suggesting you suffer in the heat, but to use it wisely. It's about finding a balance and implementing strategies to mitigate the negative effects. Let's see how. We'll explore practical tips and techniques to help you stay comfortable and pain-free in your air-conditioned environment. You don't have to give up AC, just use it smarter. Set the thermostat higher, around 25 degrees Celsius, 78 degrees Fahrenheit, to avoid extreme cold. Dress in layers. Keep a light sweater or scarf handy to protect vulnerable areas. Move every hour. Stretch, walk, or do simple exercises at your desk. Movement keeps muscles warm and joints lubricated. Stay hydrated. Sip water throughout the day, even if you're not thirsty. Eat water-rich foods like fruits and vegetables. These habits counteract the stiffening, dehydrating effects of AC. With a few adjustments, you can enjoy cool comfort without sacrificing your health. It's all about balance. Small changes make a big difference. Air conditioning is here to stay, but so is your power to protect your body. Cold, dry air can lead to muscle tension and joint stiffness, especially if you're inactive or dehydrated. The key is moderation. Avoid extreme cold, dress smart, move often, and drink water. These simple steps keep your muscles flexible and your joints healthy. Think of hydration as watering a plant. Your body needs it to stay resilient. Understand your environment, make smart choices, and you'll thrive in any climate. Enjoy the cool, but don't forget to move and hydrate. Stay strong, comfortable, and healthy, no matter the temperature outside.